and even Japanese engineers. They are more focused on process. They're more of a herd mentality, I guess. And remember, I'm not talking about the people, I'm talking about the culturally in business. They're like this. They are more IBM and less Apple. American engineers are ingenious. We're crafty. We're fast. We cobble things together. We're Thomas Edison, right?
What's reps?
Reps, repetitions. So, according to Malcolm Gladwell in the book Outliers, you may have read. If you haven't, you should. It takes 10,000 hours to become an expert in any subject. And don't get daunted. You've already put in a bunch of time, and this counts as one. So, 10,000 hours to become an expert in anything. You've got to get your reps in. You have to practice, practice, practice. That means you've got to write code. You've got to solve problems with code all the time. If that's boring to you, if you don't like solving puzzles, if you don't like problem solving, if you can't find anything to be fascinated about in computer science, maybe it's not for you. And there's nothing wrong with that. Go get an MBA or a law degree like everybody else who doesn't know what the hell they want. Conversations, not meetings. This is a big one. This is what I tell everyone at every place I've ever worked. Don't schedule me for a meeting. There's going to be 20 people sitting in a room brainstorming. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Yeah, maybe we should talk about that. You know what? Let's have a meeting after this meeting and talk about this meeting. And it happens. It happens in corporate America all the time. Conversations, not meetings. 20 people in a 2-hour meeting is 40 man-hours. They lost 40 man-hours brainstorming and shooting the bull. You know what I could do in 40 hours? Another Mars rover, people. Maybe half a Mars rover. All right, so prototype very fast at any rate. Okay, this is, if I can teach you one thing to avoid in your life, it is fake work. Avoid fake work. It took me decades to figure this out. If you have a big task that you want to, by the way, this picture here, I guarantee you this was fake work. I don't know what the hell I was doing. Playing around with stupid iChat. All right, so you're going to have this big project. Oh, snap, I got this big senior team project with that Rahoi guy from Yahoo. You know what? I don't even know where to begin on that. So, okay, I'm just gonna read up on JavaScript. I'm just gonna read up on some like basic project management practices. It'll make you feel like you're getting something done, when in reality you're not going anywhere in the right direction. If you watch too much TV, by the way. You watch too many movies. You spend too much time collecting and organizing music. Right? We all love music. Who doesn't? I actually met one person who said, music? No, I don't care for it. I wasn't sure they were exactly human. We all love music. If you're collecting something and find yourself on eBay trying to get that last pin from that youth soccer league you were in, who cares? That's fake work. Working on documentation is fake work. I'm getting ready to start. I'm making a logo. You know what? I had a project recently, and I'm trying to anonymize it. They actually gave me a project that didn't work, but had a logo. So that means these guys actually, it was greater than zero work. They sat down and thought about a logo before they had a prototype, before anything worked, and they turned it in. And I got so angry, I felt like just Hulk smash. Because that's fake work. And the reason I know this is because I used to do this. In fact, all the time, and like I said, anything my wife would yell at me for. And you'll talk yourself into it. You'll go, oh, this is connected. Yeah, oh, this. I have a friend who's a writer. He's like, you know what? I've just been reading lately. I've been reading a lot to kind of read up what other writers do. Reading is not writing, right? All of this stuff is not coding. You need to code. You need your reps. You need to be faster. Most of what you're doing is triage. Triage, if you don't know, is the kind of medicine you give someone in the ER. Imagine you're a battlefield medic, okay? It's World War II, or pick your favorite war. I have many. You're behind enemy lines, you got people coming in, everybody's wounded, you're the doctor, you're the surgeon. You need to decide who gets your help and who doesn't, right? Okay, this guy, he's gonna be fine, he sits over there. This guy's too far gone, let's give him morphine. This guy, I can save. It's triage. You need to decide where to focus your time in order to get the thing done. Fake work is, you're cutting somebody's hair in the corner, okay? You're still in the ER, you're still helping people. It's the same kind of, you're getting something done. I cut 5 heads of hair today. But you didn't save everybody's dead, right? Triage. You need to treat yourself like that. And yes, it is that important. Everything is asymptotic to done. Okay? Nothing is ever done. Ever. I've been running software for 17 years. Nothing's ever been done. There's always something you could do better, or some requirement that slipped, or some bug that you have to fix. Nothing is ever, ever, ever done. If you wait for it to be done, you'll slip. You won't deliver anything. So you should always tie it off at some point and say, okay, for this week, that's good enough. Everything that's in is good. And the rest of the stuff is out. You can control the scope. You can't control the doneness of it. It will never reach done. So it's up to you to be decisive. In fact, when you're hired to work at a company, your whole job is to make a series of decisions. So be decisive. That's one thing I didn't leave on the list. Be decisive. And don't be afraid to speak up. Have perspective. Okay. Software is a sand mandala. Okay. This is sand mandalas are made in Tibet by Buddhist monks who create these amazing works of art with individual grains of colored sand. Okay, one at a time. This guy is tipping a tiny little vial of colored sand to make this giant mandala. And these things are gorgeous and they're huge. They're sometimes the size of this floor right here. And what do they do when they're done? They say a prayer, they chant a little bit, and they destroy it. To teach people about the transitory nature of existence. Well, software is 10 times worse. Everything that I've ever written, with the exception of a couple of things, everything good I've ever written, basically, is gone. You've either written it for some hardware that no one uses anymore, or you've written for some company that went out of business, or it's just been rewritten. Or the company you wrote it for bought another company to replace you because they had more customers than you had internally. Happens all the time. Everything you ever write will be thrown away. So, don't waste too much time writing it. Be fast. If they're going to throw it away, make it good. You got to be good, all right? This is all, you can't be shitty. You got to be good. But be fast. Everything becomes obsolete. Have perspective, but don't overdo it. I finally managed to quit World of Warcraft. Now I want to kill myself because my whole life, all these hours of play is all just 1 megabyte on some server somewhere, and the universe hates me. Okay, that's too much perspective.
It wasn't autobiographical.
It wasn't. It was semi-friend biographical. Care less, okay? Don't care more. When an archer is shooting for nothing, he has all his skill. The need to win drains him of power. When you worry, like, imagine you're in a game. I don't know if you follow sports, but if you follow basketball, sometimes at the end of a very close game when everything's on the line, you can see it in people's eyes that they're worried about losing. That even though they're winning, they will lose. You can see it. It's awesome to watch the power of someone getting in their own head and worrying themselves out of a victory that they had firmly in hand. Care less. The less I care, the better I do. Because I have the detachment to make the right decision. In a fight, I used to fight San Sao, which is like Chinese kickboxing. If you get angry in a fight, you will probably lose. The best fighters don't get angry. They are cool and cold and calm. Because they get hit, they don't see red. They see opportunity, and they strike. If you're just, crazy, I can't believe you hit me, you will lose. First of all, your endurance will go down by half. And then you will make poor decisions and you will eventually get knocked out. Detachment will make you awesome. All right, here's another thing. As you go out in the world, I recommend that you go try and be a consultant. Some of you will try and pick up some work on the side, or just jump right in. Hang out your shingle and start open shop and just say, I'm ready for hire me. Here's what, I'll get to the money part. You can't undersell yourself, okay? Oh, I'm just 22 years old. I really don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'll work for free. Just to have something on my resume. Okay, go ahead. You know what? I'll give you $100 and you just give me the job. Okay? This is not a science. This is more art. This is sorcery, what you're doing, people. You are a sorcerer. You're learning how to cast spells. I guarantee you, take someone from who's getting an MBA, someone from the left-hand side of the bell curve, and you give them some software project, they will try to do it until the heat death of the universe, and they'll never figure out what recursion is. I guarantee you. Right? 1,000 professors couldn't teach my little brother how to code. And he's smart, but it's just not in him. Not everybody gets to go to Hogwarts. Right? You are sorcerers. Okay, let me talk about a quick aside about software career path. You know, when I first started coding, I thought I'll be like Harry Potter. I'm like, oh, awesome, I'm in Hogwarts with all these amazing sorcerers, and I'm going to get to learn how to use my powers. And then I'll eventually be a master, and then I can solve any problem instantly. And then maybe I'll teach other people. You know, I'll be an undefeatable, immortal sorcerer. Well, sorry to break it to you, but this is more what you face in the software career path. You start out as a coder, a geek, right? We're all geeks. Then you kind of bald and reach some state where you're okay, but you're given a lot of corporate overhead to do. And then what do you do? What do people do when you're an awesome coder? They promote you to be a manager. And you no longer get to use your powers. And the next thing you know, you're telling young people what to do. And after that, then you're completely out of the loop. It's been a couple of years, and you're like, what the hell is Redis? What the hell is NoSQL? When I first started here, my first class was in Pascal. How many people here know what Pascal is? Awesome. 20%. Pascal. All right, let's talk a little bit about money. Because you're a sorcerer, you never, ever work for free. Okay? You're not just doing yourself a disservice, you're doing all of us a disservice. You are the 99-cent app in the App Store. You are telling people it's okay for someone else to work 1,000 man-hours and charge $1 for it. You're bringing everybody down. Now I can't go out and charge a fortune because you're doing stuff for free. Don't work for free. Because it's not like, you can work for free if you're helping somebody out and they can't afford to pay you. Okay, I will grant a special dispensation one time. But if a company says, oh, we didn't budget for that, we can't, no, I just really appreciate it if you just, no. The answer is no. Always, and another point, always ask for more. You're a sorcerer, remember. You go out, someone says, I'll pay you $45,000 and give you 20,000 shares. You say no. No. I know what people get paid. You should know what people get paid before you have this conversation. I want 90,000. And double what you said for the stock options. And they'll but they will say yes. They want you. You are the asset. You are the sorcerer. What do they have without you? Some stupid idea. Always put it in writing, yada yada. Professor Kudlick, who this room is named after, gave me a great piece of advice. For any deadline or estimate, double it and add 30 days. Never been wrong, by the way. This is why you cannot do fixed bids. Right? If someone says, I need a website doing X, I want to pay you this set of money, and that's it. That's all I budgeted for. What do you say? No. You say, I'll give you an estimate. I think it's going to take me 45 hours. I think it will. But no guarantees. You put a guarantee in writing, and you will, like me, working for HP, work 1 year extra to finish it. 1 year. This is why also I said, always have leverage. You always have to have some way of getting paid. 1 year of my life. It just makes me want to commit ritual suicide sometimes. No fixed bids ever for any reason. End of story.